Hi there, Larry Graves here. I thought I would talk about some of the CDs that I own that I might have talked about in the past on my other channel, Canadian Studmuffin, but most of them I don't think I've ever really talked about. Now this is an album by The Small Faces, and it was re-released about 3 years ago, remastered. And I guess the original vinyl was a circle. Like that. I never owned the original vinyl. If you want to pause to read that, if it's readable. There. Now, let's see what's in this. And there's a little mistake, or maybe, I don't know if I'm the only one that has this, but no idea. They have these coasters, which are pretty cool. Anyway, this is the mono version of, I don't know how you pronounce that, Ogden's Nut Gone Flake, Ogden's. And it's got these little protectors between each of the CDs. This is number 3758. And this, I believe, is just demos and whatnot. There's one of the coasters. Good thick cardboard. With their protector. Now my stereo, I think there's in total there's 3 discs. Disc 1 is the original mono album. Disc 2 is previously unreleased, and Disc 3 is the original stereo album. And I have it in a proper case somewhere. I don't know which way you look at this. I guess it doesn't matter. You know, there's quite a bit of stuff actually for such a small box. This one I had actually forgotten all about. I guess that's how the original, maybe the original vinyl was. It comes with a booklet. And it's a pretty good sized little booklet. And I think when I bought this on Amazon, it was like $40 or something like that. A very good price. Only halfway through it. And I've always loved this album, especially side 2, and Happy Days Toy Town is one of my all-time favorite songs. And that's it for that. Then it has these coasters. I'll show you. I was going to say Steve Meroweth. Let me find them. No. There's one. I'll show you where the mistake is. There's 2. So that's Kenny Jones, Steve Meroweth, Ian McLaughlin, and Ian McLaughlin. I got 2 of these. So I'm missing Ronnie Lane. So I don't know if that's a mistake in all of these or just in mine. Maybe I have a rarity, I don't know. So anyway, and a really nice remastering job too. Let's see. I have talked about this band before in the past, but I just wanted to show you. I think I have, talking about Talking Heads, I think I have Remain in Light, but I don't see it at the moment. I have a best of Talking Heads. Actually, I do have 2 more. I have 2 more. I have the name of this band is Talking Heads, a double live album, which is just excellent. They are definitely one of my favorite 80s bands. And I'll show you my very favorite Talking Heads album right now. There it is. This is an older version. I know they remastered these, and so I usually would listen to them on Spotify. And I've tried to get a remastered version of this, but they're pretty expensive. There was a box set that came out a few years back. Has the lyrics. So this, I think, came out in the late 80s, this CD version. But it still sounds very good. An artist that some people wouldn't think I would love, but I absolutely do, is Randy Newman. I've loved him since the late 70s when Short People came out, and I bought the album Little Criminals, and I really liked it. Now these are really old CDs, so I'm hoping at some point to get remastered ones. Comes with the lyrics. I especially love his line in Love Story, "We'll have a kid, or maybe we'll rent one. He's got to be straight, we don't want a bent one." That's when I knew I like this songwriter. You have to get used to his singing though. He's not the greatest singer, but I actually enjoy his vocals. Randy Newman live. Pretty simple. You know, back in the days, a lot of these CDs, even the Beatles, when they were first put on CD, they were just kind of thrown together. So really not much to it. Randy Newman's "Sail Away." I only have 4 of his CDs, but I would definitely like to get all of them at some point. He has a new CD out, which I've heard is very good. These just have the lyrics. It's a nice, decent sized booklet and some notes. And Good Old Boys. The old Reprise label. And a very nice booklet with a write-up. Not just the lyrics thrown in. And the lyrics. What else can I show you here? Another band from the 70s that I thought was great. And their production of their albums was some of the best sounding albums back in the day. We'll start with their first album, 10cc. Now these guys had major talent. And these CDs are maybe 5 years old or whatever, so they were remastered. A very good remastering job. All of these come with very nice booklets. Lyrics. Even shows their second album. I think this is the first album of theirs that I bought, and I loved it right away. Sheet Music, which is a play on words, if you say that a few times. this, it's hard to get the booklet out. Once again, a nice write-up. Lyrics. The original soundtrack. Now this one must be a different company because the booklet isn't quite as elaborate. It's got a little write-up. I guess it's okay. There's no lyrics, just talking about each of the songs. I like that actually, where they discuss the individual songs. And my favorite 10cc album, I remember it was my first girlfriend. She bought this for me, 1975. It was on my birthday, so it was February 28th, 1975, that I bought this album. Now the booklet, let's see. Once again, a pretty flimsy booklet, so I don't think there's any lyrics. Nope, that's it. Now another band that there's actually that's not too popular here in Canada or the States, but they're pretty well known in the UK. They had some hits in the UK, and they were on American television though in the 70s, where I first saw them. And I have, these are double albums. The Sensational Alex Harvey Band. They were an awesome band. There's two of the albums. Framed and Next. These are remastered and they come with nice booklets. So there's the cover for Framed and the cover for Next. Definitely one of my favorite 70s bands. There's a old YouTube video where they perform the song called Framed live, and it was early in their career, and at first you can tell the audience isn't with them. But Alex Harvey is such a great showman. You'd have to watch the whole clip though. By the end of it, they love the band. Let's not forget the guitarist. I forget his name. Zal Clemenson. He is an awesome guitarist. At that time he had clown makeup, and he was just as great of a showman as Alex Harvey, as you'll see in the clip. And then another twofer, The Impossible Dream, and Tomorrow Belongs to Me, my two favorite albums of theirs. And The Impossible Dream is the first one I ever bought. There's one of the labels. So that's the cover for The Impossible Dream. And the next album, Tomorrow Belongs to Me. There's the band. There's Zal. He also played, he was also with Nazareth for one album back in the day. So if you've never heard the sensational Alex Harvey Band, I suggest you check them out on YouTube. And then this was unreleased for years and years and years, and it is the original version of, I believe it's The Impossible Dream. Make sure. Yep, I'm an expert. And it's excellent. I love it when they reissue albums, or of course this isn't a reissue, but they actually do a very nice package. And this is definitely a good one. There's Zal. Wait, there's more, if anybody's watching. This is one of my favorite debut albums of all time. The Tubes. Once again, this is one of the older CDs, probably from the... I've probably had this since the early 80s. So I'm sure there's a remastered version. And that's the booklet. And a twofer, Young and Rich, and Now. And after that I lost interest in them. They went a bit too commercial for my liking. Here's one of the albums, Young and Rich. Now, I believe these are remastered and comes with a much better booklet. That's the back cover of the album. cover of now. Most of you won't like this album. I don't care. I am a fan of most of Yoko Ono's music, and I've had this Walking on Thin Ice compilation for years. Once again, probably bought it in the early 80s. And just recently I bought some of her other albums that I've never heard. What's that called? Approximately something universe. Approximately infinite universe. Try saying that 3 times. And it's excellent. It's a double album, and I loved it right away. But this is a very nice package, for especially being a pretty old CD. And I'll end it with a band you might have heard of, Led Zeppelin. I actually, a few years back when I was married, we had this flood in our basement, and it destroyed quite a few of my CDs, because some of them were on the floor, which they shouldn't be. Probably 50 CDs were kind of wrecked. And one of them that was wrecked was this one. And I had 2 of the 3 CDs. They'd been in my car for a few years, and I would listen to them occasionally. But one of the discs was missing, so I've always wanted to replace it and get the actual album again. And it is really, it's one of the best live albums ever. The only thing is, the packaging really, really sucks. There's nothing to it. It's the 3 CDs. And that's it. And on one tiny little write-up by Jimmy Page. So you think they could have, I don't know, done a nice little booklet with it or something. That's my only complaint. But otherwise, it's an awesome live album. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed me showing you some of my CDs. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.